Okay. So, I had a really good idea to, try to win MVP with wide receiver. And, so I chose the Dolphins because it's easy to score with Tyreek Hill, right? And I did a little tweaking. Just a little bit. Nothing too bad. Um, yeah, we did some weird things. He's a running back. Um, it's really, really a lot of weird things. It's quite bizarre, if you ask me. Um, I mean, nothing much here. Just a little much, you know. Nick Bosa, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett. Just a few decent pieces. Pretty good cornerbacks. Why is he at the bottom of the depth chart? He's hurt. ACL tear. PCL. Okay. Um. All right. So what I did here is I gathered a bunch of the really good offensive linemen, not receivers, because the only good receiver I need is Tyreek. He's the only one catching passes. Typically, the only one catching passes. Jalen got maybe less than 10 reps. Same thing with Mike Gesicki. I got a good low line, so that way penetration didn't matter. And I went through 4 different quarterbacks. I went through Chad Henne, Skylar Thompson, Tua Tagovailoa, and Teddy B. Now I changed them to kicker and punter, and I just shipped off Skylar Thompson and crushed his ratings. Obviously, I made them all 99, so it's easy to score. So obviously, this probably would not be possible on a random team, like without doing any editing, hopping into a franchise and just dunking on everybody. That's never gonna happen. But we see if we go to I probably saw something weird. Let's just go to our stats real quick. Chad Henne had nearly 4,000 yards, no picks, 63 touchdowns. Now I know what you're thinking. How is this not an MVP season? Well, you see Laramie Tunsil. He had 2,400 yards rushing, 24 touchdowns with no fumbles. And Tyreek had 428, 5 touchdowns, and 1 fumble. And receiving 255, 8,191 yards, and 127 touchdowns. Now that all happens to cap out his stats of being recorded. So I figured I would stop playing once I got those stats, because I kept playing and I kept looking at the stats after every game, and I realized these aren't going up anymore. So I just simmed through the rest of the season. And in game, I figured out the cap of yards was 1,023. Yeah. See, as you see, everyone else, they got hundreds of yards. That's because they simmed the last few weeks. But they didn't get that much reps. They got 30, 20, 20, 15, 6, 5. Like, it's all crazy. Let up a bunch of sacks. And, we did really good. Right? I would like to say we did really good. Defense. Now I don't know if you see this as of right now, but I think you might have broken the sack record. Just maybe. 53 for Nick Bosa, 37.5 for Aaron Donald, and 32.5 for Myles Garrett. They all obliterated the current sack record, but Nick Bosa set it. Leading in interceptions, Jair and Jalen, with Derwin behind him, Marlon after that, Justin Simmons, Fred Warner, and it keeps going down. Tackles, we had lead by Fred Warner. Nick Bosa's a close second. And TFL has obviously got to give it to the king, Nick Bosa. And just in case you're wondering, defensive touchdowns, Jalen Ramsey. And yes, you're reading that right. Aaron Donald does too. But you're not going insane. That is definitely real. To a single field goal. Right? Wait. Okay, he made 2 field goals. Kick returning, Tyreek Hill had a 3 kick returns for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns. Right. And punt returns, Tyreek went insane. 101 punt returns for 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns. Yeah. Safe to say that we went. Oh, in case you want to see the rest of the league, yeah, I did mess with the league like a lot. But that's just because it would be easier. Like I messed up our division. I did a lot of weird things. You might see some studs on different teams. Kind of check out your team's quarterback stats. Definitely weird to see. As you see, Skylar Thompson, I threw him on Dallas. Rushing yards, we got Laramie behind. Yeah. Yes, I know. I definitely buffed up my Patriots. I can't have them do bad. I also gave them, yeah, Austin Eckler. 10 touchdowns. Receiving, I mean, talk about a triple crown, man. And only having 250 receptions, roughly, is really good. For the amount of yards and touchdowns he has. Now, he set multiple records. Tell you that right now. Set lots of records. Just go by yards. I definitely mess with this league. It would probably not be possible with any kind of team that is natural. Because what I had to do, man. What I had to do. And I don't know how the Patriots lost. Or the Seahawks, because I buffed them both up very big. And they both lost to pretty mediocre teams. Pretty mediocre teams, if you ask me. Oh, hang on. Trayvon. How did you get 11 interceptions? Oh, yeah. There was a game where I threw 5 to this guy. That happened. My only question here is, how did these two teams get bounced as early as they did? Okay. How does this team get eliminated? You know it's bad when Amari Cooper is the receiver like 4. That's how you know your team is good. You see, we led the offense, and for some reason, our defense just wasn't it. For some reason, it just sucked. And I have no idea why. Worst defense was the Chargers. Now pass yards definitely is going to be the Bills, Jets, and because I just annihilated them with my quarterback. Check the records. Don't care about those. We care about receiving yards. Tyreek was nowhere to be. Wait. Yeah. Tyreek takes receiving touchdowns by a long shot. Receiving yards, he was nowhere to be found on this list. One season puts him up here. He had 10,000 yards. He was all the way down there. Now? Oh, you can't stop this guy. Catches? I don't want to talk about it. But, the moment you've all been waiting for, hopefully. You guessed it. Took it home. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different yeah. And credit to myself, I guess. I mean, offensive player of the year is just insane. Defensive is just also insane. This is the Dolphins. Okay, you two messed it up. But the top 8 are all Dolphins. That's how you know the defense was elite. There are no good rookies that I could have taken. There are good rookies that I could have taken. But there weren't any, I was going for the best of the best at each position and upgrading them to be their absolute best. Alright. So here's the season. Just in a nutshell. Laramie Tunsil won Super Bowl MVP. That happened. And just a quick look at our schedule. We went undefeated. I mean, we went winless in the preseason. In the postseason, in the regular season, we went off. Right? 205 to 25. 38 to 8. That's because I didn't play that one. I do not want to talk about it. It was the Texans. Do you want to see the Texans team? Oh, hang on. This is a postseason. I'll show you the Texans team. This is the team that beat us. The only team to beat us this season was this washed up team. Their best player was Dameon Pierce. Quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. That's probably why. But he's an 80. What was he, an 85, 80, something like that. He was 80s. Dameon Pierce. Brandon Cooks was the best by far. Irv Smith. I took away Laramie Tunsil. There wasn't anyone to respectfully take from the defense. But still, how did they beat us? That's what makes me mad. That's pretty much gonna be it for this one. If you liked it, drop a like, drop a sub. That should be it. Thanks for watching. I will put some few highlights from the games that I played up on the screen. Other than that, have a good day. That's it.